In a world where heroes collide, Superman's unbreakable might meets Iron Man's genius tech, Hulk's raging fury, and Batman's shadowy cunning. An unholy alliance of ruthless aliens and shape-shifting transformers descends upon Earth, turning cities into war zones of laser fire and mechanical mayhem. United by desperation, these icons must forge an uneasy alliance, battling hordes that adapt and evolve with every strike. Secrets from other worlds unravel, testing loyalties and revealing hidden powers that could save or doom humanity. Will they triumph? Or will the invasion rewrite the fate of the universe in circuits and xenomorph blood? The awakening storm. The night sky over Metropolis shattered like glass, raining fiery streaks that scorched the horizon blood red. Superman hovered, cape snapping in the gale, his eyes blazing as he scanned the chaos below. Sirens screamed, buildings groaned, and terrified crowds fled from shadows that slithered with lethal precision. These weren't meteors, they were ships, sleek and jagged, vomiting hordes of aliens with acid-dripping claws and transformers morphing into tanks and jets with a mechanical roar. The invasion had begun, and Earth's mightiest heroes were about to collide in a war that could end everything. Clark Kent had been sipping coffee at the Daily Planet when the first shockwave hit, rattling windows and spilling ink across his desk. Now, as Superman, he rocketed toward the epicenter, a pulsating portal in the sky, spitting out enemies like a wound in reality. A xenomorph lunged from a rooftop, its obsidian tail slicing the air. Superman dodged, grabbing its throat mid-leap, and hurled it into a transformer morphing into a missile launcher. The explosion lit up the street, but more kept coming. Aliens skittering across walls, transformers reshaping into drones that fired plasma bolts. Across the continent, Tony Stark's suit powered up in his Malibu lab, alerts screaming as Jarvis analyzed the invasion. "Sir, extraterrestrial signatures detected in Metropolis, Gotham, and New York. Energy patterns suggest coordinated attack vectors." Tony smirked, snapping his helmet shut. Time to crash an alien party. Iron Man blasted into the sky, repulsors roaring, dodging a transformer jet that spat laser fire. He countered with a missile barrage, but the jet reformed midair, its metal skin knitting back together. "Self-repairing? Cute," Tony muttered, diving toward Metropolis to find Superman. In New York, Bruce Banner's pulse raced as he stumbled through a collapsing lab, the ground quaking from a transformer's stomp. His skin tingled, heart pounding. Then the Hulk erupted, green muscle tearing through concrete. A swarm of aliens pounced, claws raking his hide. Hulk roared, smashing them into pavement, but their acid blood burned his fists, enraging him further. He grabbed a transformer's arm, twisting it into a pretzel, only to see it morph into a new weapon. "Hulk smash metal men," he bellowed, charging into the fray as buildings crumbled. Gotham's shadows hid Batman, perched on a gargoyle, watching aliens tear through the Narrows. His cowl's HUD flagged their biology, acidic, adaptive, relentless. A transformer tank rolled through, cannons leveling a precinct. Batman's grapple gun fired, yanking him onto its hull. He planted an EMP charge, disabling its circuits, but an alien queen screeched nearby, her brood converging. Batman vanished into smoke, reappearing to detonate explosives that collapsed a street on the horde. "This isn't random," he growled, hacking into a downed transformer's core. Its data revealed a chilling truth. The invasion was orchestrated, targeting Earth's heroes. Superman landed in Metropolis ruins, spotting Iron Man blasting through a transformer drone swarm. "Stark, any ideas?" he shouted, punching an alien into orbit. Tony's HUD flickered, analyzing the portal. "Big glowy hole's the source. We shut it, we stopped the flood." A transformer jet strafed them, and Superman shielded Tony, taking the hit. "Thanks, Boy Scout," Tony quipped, launching a unibeam that vaporized the jet. But the portal pulsed, spitting out a massive alien transformer hybrid, part xenomorph, part war machine, its claws sparking with plasma. Hulk barreled into Metropolis, drawn by the chaos, smashing hybrids with raw fury. "Puny bugs," he roared, but their numbers grew, overwhelming him. Batman's Batwing screamed overhead, dropping sonic grenades that stunned the aliens. "Banner, focus." Batman barked, landing beside him. "They're adapting to every move. Hulk snarled, tossing a transformer into a skyscraper, but the hybrid's plasma claws slashed his side, drawing green blood. Superman caught the beast mid-strike, hurling it skyward, while Iron Man's lasers carved through its armor. The heroes converged, backs to the portal's glow. Superman's heat vision burned through alien swarms, but their acid splattered, corroding nearby cars. Iron Man's suit sparked, damaged by a Transformer's EMP blast. "We're getting nowhere," Tony snapped, recalibrating. Batman's voice cut through. "They're learning our tactics. We need a plan, not a brawl." Hulk roared, uninterested, smashing another hybrid. But the portal widened, revealing a shadowy figure within. A commander, alien and Transformer fused, its eyes glowing with cold intellect. Superman clenched his fists. "We take that thing down, we end this." Tony nodded, deploying a new weapon, a nanotech disruptor. "Let's give it a bad day." Batman tossed a tracker onto the hybrid, sinking it to Tony's systems. Hulk charged, oblivious, his fists cratering the ground. The commander screeched, summoning more hybrids, and the heroes braced for war. The city burned, the portal roared, and Earth's fate hung in the balance. The heart of the swarm. Metropolis burned under a crimson sky, the portal's glow pulsing like a heartbeat. Superman, Iron Man, Hulk, and Batman stood surrounded by wreckage, facing the alien Transformer commander, a towering monstrosity of claw and circuitry, its eyes gleaming with malice. Aliens skittered across shattered skyscrapers, while Transformers morphed into spiked war machines, closing the circle. The heroes had seconds to act before the invasion consumed everything. Superman launched skyward, heat vision slicing through a Transformer's armor, but the commander's tail whipped, knocking him into a building. Dust exploded as he crashed through concrete. "Cal, focus." Batman barked, dodging an alien's acid spit. His batarangs, laced with cryogenic tech, froze a swarm mid-leap. Iron Man's nanotech disruptor hummed, targeting the commander's circuits, but it adapted, its metal skin shifting to deflect the blast. "This thing's a damn Swiss Army knife." Tony cursed, rocketing upward to avoid a plasma barrage. Hulk roared, grabbing a Transformer tank and hurling it at the commander. The impact staggered it, but the beast retaliated, firing a sonic pulse that sent Hulk sprawling. Green rage surged as he smashed back, fists cratering the ground. "Big buck die," he bellowed, but the commander's claws slashed, drawing blood. Superman swooped in, tackling the beast, only to be thrown off by a surge of electricity. The commander's voice, a mechanical hiss, echoed, "You cannot stop evolution." Batman's cowl analyzed the commander's core, a glowing orb at its chest, pulsing with alien energy. "That's the key," he whispered, syncing data to Tony's HUD. Iron Man nodded, diving through a hail of laser fire to scan the orb. "It's a power source, maybe their whole network. Take it out, we cripple them." But aliens swarmed, their acid melting Tony's armor. Superman shielded him, taking hits that scorched his suit. "We need a breach," Clark shouted, punching through a Transformer's hull. Hulk, enraged, tore into the swarm, ignoring burns from acid. A Transformer jet strafed him, but he leaped, smashing it into scrap. The commander advanced, its claws morphing into cannons. Batman vanished into shadows, reappearing to plant micro-explosives on its joints. The blast slowed it, but it reformed, laughing, a sound that chilled even Hulk. "It's toying with us," Batman growled, tossing a smoke pellet to cover their retreat. Superman grabbed Tony, flying him to safety behind a collapsed tower. "Plan," he asked. Tony's suit sparked, barely functional. "Overload that orb. My disruptor can do it, but I need a clear shot." Batman's voice crackled through comms. "I'll draw its fire." He ziplined across, taunting the commander with EMP grenades. The beast roared, chasing him, giving Tony an opening. But aliens intercepted, forcing Superman to clear a path with a sonic clap that shattered their ranks. Hulk charged the commander, slamming it into the ground. Its orb flickered, exposed. Tony fired the disruptor, a blue beam lancing into the core. The commander screeched, its body convulsing, but it lashed out, pinning Hulk with a plasma whip. Superman dove in, freeing Hulk, but the commander's tail grazed his side, drawing blood, a rare sight. "Now, Stark," he yelled. Tony amped the disruptor, burning out his suit's power. The orb cracked, leaking energy, and the commander staggered, its army faltering. But the portal roared, spitting more hybrids. Batman's tracker revealed a signal, another commander, deeper in the swarm. This was just a scout, he realized, voice grim. The heroes regrouped, battered but unbroken. Superman's eyes burned with resolve. "We end this at the source." Tony, suit failing, smirked. "Round 2, then." Hulk growled, ready to smash. Batman nodded, already plotting. The portal's light bathed them, a challenge to their survival. Into the abyss. The portal above Metropolis roared like a dying star, its edges crackling with violet energy as it birthed more alien Transformer hybrids. Superman, Iron Man, Hulk, and Batman stood in the rubble, battered but defiant, the downed commander's smoking remains at their feet. Its orb had shattered, briefly stalling the swarm, but Batman's tracker pinged a stronger signal, another commander, hidden deep within the portal. "This ends now," Superman growled, his voice cutting through the chaos. The heroes charged toward the glowing maw, ready to plunge into hell itself. Superman led, rocketing through the portal's edge, his body slamming through a wave of aliens. Their acid claws raked his skin, but he pressed on, heat vision carving a path. Iron Man followed, his suit flickering, barely holding together. "Jarvis, reroute all power to thrusters," he barked, dodging a Transformer's plasma lance. The portal's interior was a nightmare, twisting tunnels of organic metal, pulsing with green ichor. Aliens skittered along walls, while Transformers morphed into spiked traps, snapping at the heroes. Hulk barreled through, roaring as he smashed a hybrid's head, its acid blood sizzling on his skin. "Puny tunnel no-stop Hulk," he bellowed, ripping apart a Transformer that morphed into a buzzsaw. But the tunnel shifted, walls closing like a living thing. Batman, gliding behind, hurled explosive batarangs, blasting openings. His HUD screamed warnings, radiation, electromagnetic pulses, and something else, a psychic hum, probing their minds. "It's the commander," he said, voice steady. "It's watching us." The tunnel opened into a vast chamber, where the second commander loomed, a colossal fusion of alien queen and Transformer Titan, its body a writhing mass of circuits and claws. Its eyes glowed, projecting a psychic scream that staggered Superman mid-flight. He crashed, clutching his head. "Fight it!" Batman shouted, tossing a neural disruptor to block the attack. Tony scanned the beast, spotting a larger orb in its chest, pulsing like a heart. "That's our target," he said, arming his last nanotech missile. The commander unleashed its horde, aliens with plasma-tipped tails and Transformers morphing into multi-limbed war machines. Superman recovered, smashing through a swarm, his fists a blur. "Stark, get me an opening," he yelled, hurling a Transformer into the chamber's wall. Tony juked through laser fire, his suit sparking. "Working on it," he snapped, launching drones to distract the horde. But the commander's tail lashed, shredding his armor. He hit the ground, vulnerable. Hulk charged, undeterred, grabbing the commander's leg and twisting it. The beast screeched, its psychic hum intensifying, forcing Hulk to his knees. Batman ziplined above, planting charges on the commander's orb, but a Transformer drone tackled him, pinning him to the wall. "Bruce!" Superman shouted, diving to free him, only to be swarmed by aliens. Their acid burned his cape, but he fought on, clearing a path for Tony. Tony crawled to his feet, suit failing, and fired his missile. It struck the orb, cracking it, but the commander roared, its body morphing to shield the core. "It's adapting too fast." Tony cursed, dodging a claw. Batman, freed, hacked a nearby Transformer's core, syncing its data to Tony's HUD. "Its weakness is overload. Hit it with everything," he ordered. Superman nodded, unleashing a heat vision barrage, while Hulk smashed the commander's legs, roaring defiance. The commander countered, its orb pulsing, summoning more hybrids. The chamber shook, walls oozing acid. Tony's suit died, leaving him exposed. "Stark, move!" Superman yelled, shielding him from a plasma blast. Batman tossed a final EMP grenade, stunning the horde. Hulk grabbed the commander's tail, yanking it down, exposing the orb. Superman and Tony combined their last attacks, heat vision, and a jury-rigged repulsor blast, shattering the orb. The commander screamed, collapsing, its army freezing mid-strike. But the portal pulsed, a new signal flaring. Another commander, deeper still. "This isn't over," Batman said, voice grim. The heroes, battered and bleeding, stared into the abyss. Superman clenched his fists. "We finished this." Tony, armorless, smirked. "Gonna need a new suit." Hulk growled, ready to smash. The chamber rumbled, promising worse to come. The core of chaos. The portal's depths pulsed with malevolent light, its tunnels twisting like veins in a living machine. Superman, Iron Man, Hulk, and Batman pressed deeper, the air thick with static and the stench of alien ichor. The second commander's defeat had only slowed the invasion. Batman's tracker screamed a new signal, stronger, deadlier, emanating from the portal's core. The true mastermind awaited, and the heroes, battered and bleeding, knew this was their last stand. Metropolis burned above, and time was running out. Superman flew ahead, his cape in tatters, heat vision blasting through a wall of writhing alien tendrils. Transformers morphed into spiked barricades, firing plasma that singed his skin. "Keep moving," he roared, smashing a drone into fragments. Iron Man, now in a scavenged Transformer husk rewired by his genius, followed close. "This suit's a knockoff, but it'll do," Tony quipped, launching a makeshift EMP missile that stunned a swarm. His HUD flickered, barely tracking the core's signal through the chaos. Hulk barreled through, roaring as he tore apart a Transformer beast, its circuits sparking in his fists. Aliens leaped from the shadows, their acid claws drawing green blood. "Hulk crush all," he bellowed, slamming the ground, collapsing a tunnel section. But the psychic returned, sharper, drilling into his mind. He staggered, clutching his head. Batman, gliding above, tossed a neural damper to shield Hulk. "Focus, Banner. It's targeting our weaknesses," he snapped, dodging a Transformer's laser whip. The tunnel opened into a cavernous core, a pulsating orb the size of a skyscraper, encased in organic metal, guarded by a final commander. This one was a nightmare, an alien Transformer colossus, its body a fusion of jagged exoskeleton and shifting steel, eyes burning with cosmic hate. "You are insects before the hive," it hissed, its voice shaking the cavern. Superman charged, fists blazing, but the commander's claws parried, sending him crashing into a wall. Dust rained as he struggled to rise. Tony scanned the orb, his scavenged suit sparking. "That's the invasion's brain. Destroy it. We end this," he shouted, firing repurposed plasma bolts. The commander countered, morphing its arm into a cannon, blasting Tony back. Hulk leaped, smashing the commander's chest, but its armor reformed instantly. Puny metal. Hulk roared, only to be swatted away by a tail whip. Batman ziplined across, planting micro-explosives on the orb's casing, but the commander's psychic scream froze him mid-air, dropping him into a pit of aliens. Superman dove, freeing Batman with a sonic clap that pulped the swarm. "Stay sharp, Bruce," he yelled, taking a plasma hit that scorched his chest. Batman nodded, tossing a grapple to escape, his HUD analyzing the orb's energy. "It shielded. Needs a simultaneous strike," he barked. Tony, limping, rigged his suit for a final overload. "Gonna blow this junker sky high," he muttered, syncing with Batman's plan. Hulk, enraged, charged again, distracting the commander with a flurry of blows. The commander unleashed a storm. Aliens poured from the walls, Transformers morphed into turrets, and the psychic hum became a deafening wail. Superman shielded Tony, his body battered by acid and lasers. "Now, Stark," he roared. Tony fired his suit's core, a blinding energy surge, while Batman detonated his charges. Hulk grabbed the commander, holding it in place, roaring through the pain. Superman unleashed his full heat vision, targeting the orb's cracks. The combined assault shook the cavern, the orb fracturing with a scream of light. The commander howled, its body disintegrating, but the orb pulsed one last time, sending a shockwave that knocked the heroes back. Aliens and Transformers froze, their connection severed, but the cavern began to collapse. "We gotta go," Batman shouted, grappling toward the exit. Superman carried Tony, whose suit was dead weight. Hulk smashed through falling debris, clearing a path. The portal's light dimmed, but a faint signal lingered, something beyond the core watching. They burst into Metropolis ruins, the portal imploding behind them. The city was quiet, but the sky still bled red. One more. Tony panted, exhausted. Superman's eyes narrowed. Something still out there. Hulk growled, fists clenched. Batman's tracker beeped faintly. "This isn't over," he said, voice cold. The hero stood, ready for the final fight. The final reckoning. Metropolis lay in ruins, its skyline jagged under a blood-red sky. Superman, Iron Man, Hulk, and Batman stood amidst the wreckage, the portal's collapse still echoing in their ears. Batman's tracker pinged faintly, its signal pointing skyward, not to the portal, but beyond, to a cloaked presence in orbit. "It's not over," Batman growled, his cowl's HUD locking onto a massive shadow descending through the clouds. The true mastermind emerged, a colossal alien transformer overlord, its body a fusion of organic horror and sentient metal, larger than a city block, its eyes blazing with ancient malice. Superman rocketed upward, fists glowing with defiance, slamming into the overlord's chest. The impact rang like a thunderclap, but the beast's armor absorbed it, countering with a plasma beam that sent him crashing into a skyscraper. "Cal, stay sharp." Batman barked, rappelling onto a nearby ruin to analyze the overlord's core, a radiant crystal pulsing with interdimensional energy. "That's the source of everything," he shouted, dodging a swarm of aliens birthed from the overlord's hull. Iron Man, in his scavenged transformer suit, limped into the air, repulsors barely functional. "Jarvis, give me something," he snapped, rerouting power to a makeshift ion cannon. He fired, the beam grazing the overlord's crystal, but it retaliated with a psychic wave that nearly fried his systems. "This thing's a god-level problem," Tony yelled, diving to avoid a tail whip that leveled a city block. Hulk roared, leaping onto the overlord's leg, tearing into its metal flesh. "Big monster smash," he bellowed, but acid tendrils lashed out, burning his skin. The overlord spoke, its voice a seismic rumble. "Your world is ours." Transformers morphed from its body, jets, tanks, and blades, while aliens poured forth, their claws sparking with plasma. Superman recovered, heat vision blazing, carving through the swarm. "We end this now," he shouted, shielding Hulk from a plasma barrage. Batman tossed EMP batarangs, disabling a wave of transformers, but the overlord's crystal pulsed, repairing them instantly. "We need to hit the crystal together," Batman ordered, syncing data to Tony's HUD. Tony's suit sparked, on its last legs. "One shot left," he muttered, rigging the ion cannon for a suicide blast. Superman grabbed him, flying him closer to the crystal. "Not dying today, Stark," he growled, taking hits from alien claws that drew blood. Hulk charged, smashing through a transformer barricade, his fists pounding the overlord's armor. The beast swatted him, sending him crashing through a stadium, but Hulk roared back, angrier, stronger. Batman ziplined onto the overlord's back, planting his last explosives around the crystal's base. "Now!" he shouted, detonating them. The blast cracked the crystal, but the overlord's psychic scream staggered the heroes, clouding their minds. Superman shook it off, grabbing Hulk and hurling him like a missile into the crystal. The impact shook the sky, fractures spreading. Tony fired his cannon, the beam piercing the cracks. "Eat this, you oversized scrap heap," he yelled, his suit collapsing midair. Superman caught Tony, diving to protect him as the overlord roared, its body convulsing. Batman grappled to safety, tossing a neural disruptor to weaken the psychic assault. Hulk, unstoppable, climbed the overlord's frame, smashing the crystal with both fists. "Hulk break all," he screamed, the crystal shattering in a blinding explosion. The overlord screeched, its body disintegrating, aliens and transformers collapsing lifelessly across the city. The sky cleared, the red hue fading. The heroes regrouped, battered but alive. Superman, bloodied, stood tall. "It's done." Tony, suitless, coughed. "Yeah, till the next galaxy-sized freak show." Hulk growled, shrinking to Banner, exhausted. Batman's eyes scanned the horizon. "We need to prepare. They'll come again." His tracker was silent, but the weight of the invasion lingered. Metropolis smoldered, but the world was safe for now. The heroes parted, each carrying scars and resolve. Superman soared to rebuild, Tony limped to his lab, Banner faded into the shadows, and Batman vanished into Gotham's night. The invasion was over, but its echoes promised a universe watching, waiting. Earth's defenders stood ready, their alliance forged in fire.